Hello, it's that time again. I'm Liliana with Eventcraft Studio, and today we are going to update a tobacco basket. Yes, we're going to work on de-beachifying it. We're going to actually work on springifying. So again, I'm Liliana with Eventcraft Studio, Seasonal Wreaths and Holiday Decor, and today we are going to work on this tobacco basket that you see right here. And if you have followed me before, you will know that this tobacco basket would always be part of the lives because we're constantly working on it. We're constantly changing it to adapt to the season. Now, just because we're changing it doesn't mean that every season we go back. Let's say every spring we're going to keep the same exact design. If you know me, I like to change the designs, meaning spring this year is not going to look the same as spring last year. Last year I did not change it for spring. It went from fall to beach. And this year we're going to make it spring, but we're going to make it a little bit different than it was last time. This time I think I'm going to keep a lot what we have there and add some pinks and purples to, I guess, make it... last time I think we had yellows and beiges. Now we're going to use the pinks and purples because I like pink and purple. So it's going to be more Easterish, but springifying. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So before we get started, I'm just going to make sure that if anyone comes on, I can see your comments. All that good stuff. So just bear with me for one moment. And I'm super duper happy to be here. I cannot tell you how happy I am. Cannot tell you how happy I am. Things have been fun, but not as much fun as I am here with you. I'll tell you that. Okay. Let's see if it gets bigger so I could see the comments. Wow, I just love how... Perfect. Just in case anybody comes up. Okay, perfect. So, what I wanted to do was change it up a little bit. Let me just give you a little bit about what I like to do because I know we have a lot of new followers. I am very much about repurposing and saving space. It's not really about so much about the cost, and it does help with the cost because we know that things are expensive when it comes to decorating, but it's more about a space issue with me. I'm blessed that I have space now, but that stayed with me, being that I came from where I lived right outside of New York City. We have no space. You know, if you live in a city, wherever you are, any big cities, you know that you do not have space, and everybody had a storage space. And I had a storage space, like, just to keep my wreaths and stuff, and that's kind of crazy. So what I like to do is to repurpose my decor and reuse as much as I can of it. So this is what we did last year. It went from fall, and if you see, actually I have it right here. Do I have it here? This is it. The fall, nah, it's pretty messy. The fall, let me just forget about it. The fall decor that I have here that I had added to it was a little bit, was changed every year. Like we added a little bit more to it every year. Like first it was, we added buffalo to it, and then we added blue to it, but it was the same decor, but like we had to change it because I don't like it exactly the same. This guy had green. I took out the green and I added blue, and then I added these guys. I added these to make it more of a beach theme. So I don't remember exactly when I did it last year, but I know it was closer to June, or maybe it was already June when I did it. So that's why we went with beach instead of spring. So you saw how I just pulled that out? I don't make anything permanent. My personal stuff is not permanent. Same thing with my Christmas tree, same thing with my personal wreaths. They're not permanent. They're not. So for that reason, that's about the space thing that I was talking about. I take everything out, take it apart, and reuse it. So this guy today, we're going to remove these. And this is now my personal stash. I have a box where I had the florals from last year. Sometimes I do forget and I add glue to them, or sometimes you have to. You don't have a choice, and that's fine. But for the most part, I do not add glue to most things. This bow, we're going to change it a bit. What did we do with this guy? How did we attach him? See, I haven't touched it since last year. This was down here in storage. So this bow is going to change. This bow now is going to be springified. So I got to make a decision now. What colors do I want? And honestly, I want to use more pinks and purples with it. And I picked out this stuff from my stashes. This is all stuff that I have. I went through my color stuff and I said, what am I going to use? But I don't want to change too much of what already is on here. And I think I'm going to leave a lot of the blues. So I don't want to add the greens. Last time it was, yeah, it was more neutral. But I grabbed these. This is what I pulled out. This was the first, this was the first bush that I pulled out. And this is from Hobby Lobby. Honestly, I don't know when it was from, but Hobby Lobby doesn't change the SKU numbers, but I don't remember when it was from. But I got this, pulled it out, still had it in the stash. So if I add this to it, it enhances, it makes it automatically, because it has hints of purples with pink. It automatically makes it a little bit more springy. But because it has those pinks in it, can you see them? Can you see them? I'm going to add these guys. See that? So it's not going to be a lot. I'm not going to do a lot to it. I'm just going to add this and this. Maybe pull out some of those. If you were with me 2 years ago when I made it for spring, remember these? I'm telling you, this all this stuff I have in a box. It stays in my personal stash. I have these guys. Maybe add to it to add a little bit more flair to it. And of course the bow. The bow needs to change. The bow cannot stay the same because the bow, this is beach. This is a beach bow. So now what I did was I pulled out a few items of, a few selections of ribbon to see what do we want to do. How are we gonna make all this work together? So really the focal point, and I'm sorry, I just jumped right into it. Is anybody here? We have no comments, so it's okay. I'm just going right into it because I know I talk a lot, so I'm going right into it. So we have this right here. So this is really, this is the driving force, you could say, behind the design. And we have the bluishness. You have that purple, and then you have the, it's more like a magenta. So what do I want to add to it? Do I want to add purple? Do I want to add 2 different ribbons? Do I want to add this ribbon? I absolutely love. It's a watercolor ribbon. I've used it many times. I believe I have a wreath in stock right now. It's for sale that uses this. I love this ribbon because it's subtle. It has flowers on it, but it's not like in your face flowers. See that? So I absolutely love this ribbon. So this one might go because it has the pinks, or just a simple plaid. So what am I going to do? My intention is to get rid of this blue, keep the aqua, maybe get rid of the aqua, and add this. Because remember, repurpose. I'm always repurposing. If you see my craft room, you say, no, she doesn't. She shops a lot. I do shop a lot. But when it comes to but that's like for my business stuff. My personal stuff, I reuse, if you know what I mean. That's why I said I was going to show you all a video of Christmas, of how I was going to do for Christmas, and I never got to it, so I apologize. But I'll show you my stash eventually when we get there. But anywho, so we're back here. Hola, señor, ¿cómo estás? Está arriba. Está arriba. No está aquí. Hello. Yeah, Kata doesn't join me as much anymore because she's going to be sick soon and she doesn't care to join me anymore. She doesn't care. No le importa estar aquí conmigo. No. Yeah, but if you scroll through my old videos, my daughter's always here. Hi, Mary Ann. How are you? It's a long time. It's been quite a few months and I miss being here, but this is like, I force myself. I have to be here. So you know, when I start a new season, I always start off with my tobacco basket. So yeah, I'm back. Again, I'm back for real. Okay, so let's get to work. What, I'm not going to take out the blue stuff yet because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I really want it in there or if I don't want it in there. But I do know that I want these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them. And remember, I don't have, look, my glue gun. And yes, I use a mini. I use a mini because I don't like getting burned. I've had too many accidents. I know we all have. So my glue gun isn't even plugged in because I have no intentions of using the glue gun. And yes, I do have a large one, but I don't like using my glue gun. So I'm going to cut these because these are what I'm going to use. Let me get this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Nice to see you too. I mean, I've seen you. We've seen each other. We've crossed paths when we are on the sales, right? When we were Greenery Market, I see you in there. But yes, I have not been here. I have not been presenting. I actually looked back on my videos to see how long it's been. It's been a while, so I apologize because I know I like being here. But it's just been crazy. And my daughter's in kindergarten now. And kindergartners have cooties. And we were sick a lot. They've been out of school. My kids have been out of school for 3 weeks. And I'm talking about days over time. It's been 3 weeks. So like 16 days. because kindergartens have cooties. I hate to say it. Some people look at me like, how could dare you say that? No, they do. They do. They cough on each other. They're yucky. I mean, my son is 11 now, so he doesn't get sick as much, but he got sick because of her now. So, but with that, she doesn't want to be here anymore because she's too cool now. She's too cool. She's 6. She has her own. She's watching Doc McStuffins and stuff. Okay, so here we go. So this is the flower. If anybody knows the name, feel free, because I don't know flowers like that. I still don't know flowers like that. I'm getting better, but we're always learning, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take out, yeah, just by doing that, I realized that I do want to take out the, I do want to take these out. See that? I mean, I want to take the blues out, because if I add these, and remember, I had a bow in here, so I'm not gonna go crazy with the section. So I'm just gonna replace, but this is too high, so I need to cut it. And it's easier if I just compare it. Now these are more like tubes, so it kind of hurts when you cut it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Can I use the same space? Yeah. Okay, so these flowers are not working. These aren't working because, do you see how these are? Do you see that? What was in there before, where'd it go? Did it fall? Okay, let me just show you. These, see the difference? These go right, this goes right in, this doesn't. You have to really push it into the foam because I have floral foam there, and this isn't really working. So I gotta take out the steel pick machine. You could use wooden picks if you want, but I said I wasn't gonna make it permanent, and I do not intend to make it permanent, but I'm gonna use a steel pick machine just to make it easier for them to stay. And I was hoping not to have to do that, but it's okay. It is what it is. See? It makes such a difference. It goes right in. So I'm going to take these guys out. If you know me, I change my mind and I do make decisions on the fly when I'm here with you. So now these are going to go in my stash. Maybe next year they'll be used for something. Maybe for Christmas. Why not, right? Christmas? Has anyone ever made like a blue and white Christmas tree? Or floral Christmas tree? I actually said that this year for Christmas, I think we were going to do paper. Believe it or not, paper. My son in school made these beautiful snowflakes made out of paper. And I said, why not make a Christmas tree out of paper? I mean, they're little. They're still... They're going to be... My daughter's going to be 6 this month. So why not have a fun Christmas tree? A paper cutout Christmas tree. And then decorate the whole house with cutouts. Okay. Alright, so we have our... Where does this red stuff come from? Alright, so this is gone. This goes back in the box, the stash box. Bye-byes. So now I'm going to add these. And they need to be cut. And remember, we had this. This could be the guide. Just use these. So I have to cut off like 1.5 inches. And remember, I do this every season. Well, not every season. I use the same tobacco basket. I do not make my tobacco baskets permanent. The only one that is permanent is my fall one, but even that one I constantly update. I have not made one for Christmas yet, but think about it. The purpose of what I say is that I used to do this because of storage. Do you see the size of this tobacco basket? I technically have the space. I have an attic where I could throw it in now. I mean, it's not even a pull down. I can't even get to it. But imagine I had one for every season. That's a lot of space. So no, it's not. I don't even consider it. It's not even an option for me. Like, I'm not gonna keep the same tobacco basket and have one for spring, have one for fall, have one for, like, no. Let's just change the, even changing the inside part, that even takes space, but it's much less than having the whole thing. So, oh, that worked. I don't have to use a steel pick. Okay. So remember to spread them out. Kind of like in threes if you can. Kind of like make triangles. This one popped out a little bit too much, so I'm going to cut it. But it could be popping out because it doesn't have a steel pick. It's a tube. This flower is a tube. Like I said, I don't know flowers, so probably in nature that flower is like that, kind of tubular. But you see that? Now remember, a bow goes here. We're gonna have a bow there, and I haven't put the bow in yet, so I'm working backwards. Usually I add the bow first, but it's okay. You'll see, everything will tie in together. And the thing about these flowers, I mean, they are wired, but they don't seem as, yeah, they're wired. They're wired. They seem to have the look to want to hang. Which is funny because I was going to take out the purple wisteria. See that? And they do bend, despite the fact that it's tube. So I'm trying to make sure that I spread out the colors, because if not, your eye goes directly to that spot. Do you ever have that when you work on something and let's say you put something pink? Everything is like light colors, beiges, and all of a sudden you put something pink, and when you look at it, your eye goes straight to that. So that's why you got to make sure that you spread out the colors, because you don't want everything just to be, because then it becomes kind of like a distraction. As pretty as it may be, it is like a distraction in a way. Oops, I just pulled it out. It's okay. And be careful with those steel picks. Whoever uses a steel pick machine, please, please, please be careful. I've had way too many cuts and I even had stitches from it. I say it every time. Whenever I'm here, I always say, I have stitches. I got stitches. I'm working. See, it's changed already. We need, so we have 3 there, we have 3, I need 1 right there, but I don't want to add it there yet. I'm going to fill in. I'm going to take a break from these and I'm going to push this aside because we need to work on that bow. We have to work on the bow. Now, why the bow? Because the bow that we have right now is blue with beiges, see that? And it doesn't go. See, it already changed. Already it's like, no. So I'm going to take the bow apart. Yes, I take all my bows apart. I've made these gorgeous Christmas tree bows, and at the end of the season, it's like, take them apart. And people are like, no. I'm like, yes. Yes, I roll them back up. They go back in the stash. Okay. So can we use this color? No, not the blue. Definitely not the blue. That color? No. Nope. Bye. See you next year. See you another season. Okay, adios. Okay, so we have this. Okay. Definitely going to use the purple. And then we need 1 more accent. So I'm debating, you know what, I think we should just use the watercolor. Oh no. Can we use the blue? Oh. Be a little teeny bit of the blue? No, I don't know. I like this purple. I have a lot of ribbon and I just grabbed, I said I wasn't going to spend an hour trying to pick out the ribbon. I said, no, this is going to be quick. It's going to be quick, quick, quick. We might get away with the blue. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to work with the purple as a base. So let's make a quick bow. And this guy, as wrinkled as it is, we're going to use it just like that. We're going to add it to our next bow. Okay, because I'm pretty sure, just by looking at it here, if you're like, oh, where were the loops? I could just pick the points where are wrinkled, and I'll measure that, and I know there were 12-inch loops. So right there, it's easy to do that. Okay, so let's work with our first tail, which is always about in this wreath. And if you're not sure how long your tail's gonna be, just come up here, see how long you want it to be. There. Okay, that's where I'm gonna work from. Okay, so my first loop is gonna be it's gonna be 12. I'm going to make them all exactly the same. So I twist it. Sorry if I'm going really quick. But the good thing is you go back. You go back and you can watch it again. I'm only going to make 3 loops. How are you? See, I'm here. Yay. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that. Doesn't have to be perfect. See that? And then now all I'm gonna do is grab this beige one that I had from before. I could sit here and try to figure out which was the front, which was the perfect side. This is my own personal thing that I'm going to use for my house. It's going to be up above the fireplace. If this was for a customer, I swear I would not do it this way. I would be a lot more... I mean, my customers that are on here, you know how I am. Actually, Celestial Journey, you know how I am. I am very, very meticulous and I want everything to be perfect. My own stuff, I go easier on myself. So I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out which is the front, which is the back. It's fine, even though I know this is it. See the way that the tail curls? This is the front. But you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to save time here. So I go like that. Look, it already has the little wrinkles. She knows me. She knows me. How many months did it take me to make your wreath? Yeah. I sometimes overthink things a little bit. So I'm not measuring this one. I'm just going by where the little wrinkles are. But thank you for saying perfect. Not perfect, but thank you. I appreciate that. And there, see? Look at that. Oops, we already have our 2 ribbons. Janine knows me. And the way we made that, we have 3 loops on each side. So now I have to decide which bow do I want to add now. Which ribbon. Which ribbon. So I could, the reason I said maybe this guy, but I think it might be a little bit too blue. It's too like cobalt blue. If it had been a little bit more like sky blue, would have been better. But you see? But it does go. It goes. However, it's a little bit too much. Now, this guy here does not have any blue. This guy has aqua in it. So it kind of makes you feel like, well, if it has aqua, you see how I overthink things? Do you guys do this too? Can we add this and this? See that? Does that go? But no. No, no, no. The reason why I'm going to use this guy here is because I wanted to use, I'm going to use a pink accent, a pink filler. So because of that pink filler, I'm going to add this ribbon here because it has. And if you want to use both, use both. It is your design. That's the thing. You gotta follow your gut. Whatever you want. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I measure. I know plenty of people, even my coaches have told me I should not be measuring at this point. I've been doing this. Oh, but you love it. Oh, thank you. That means so much. I actually just had the one that we did for your class. I just took it down before I came on. I did a drive-by the other day and I took a video of it. I didn't send it to you. I should have sent you the video. It was kind of dangerous doing that drive-by. See that? Now it looks like nothing right now. Like I say that because it looks crazy. So when you're working on your bows, don't be so hard on yourself because yes, the bows look crazy as you're making them, but that's because you have to add more to them. Now, I feel like looking for a different blue. No, I think we should use this blue. I'm going to add just one little strand of the blue. It needs it. So I added this ribbon because it has pink in it because of the florals, but now I'm just going to add one loop of the blue in it. See that? It needs it. It needs it because the flowers have blue in it. I keep saying blue and it kept bothering me. So yeah, call me overthinker. And if later on, it's tonight, and you know how you have your designs up and then you walk away and you look at them and it bothers you and you keep staring at it, change it. Why not? That's what I say. That's what I say. Oh, you do? Oh. Oh, that means a lot. Thank you. That means a lot. I still have mine. I'm going to put it upstairs in my office. It was down here because I hadn't been down here. I haven't done a live in a long time. Okay, so how did I just attach this ribbon? I mean, I'm sorry, this wreath. I use any wire. I do not care about the gauge. I go crazy with the amount of times that I wrap it. See that? Because I am, you could say, paranoid. And I worry that a bow is going to fall apart if for whatever reason a customer touches it and it falls apart. I don't want the customer, let's say the wreath, it's not going to come off the wreath. But let's say for whatever reason the customer touched it and it came off and all of a sudden, boop, and I don't want it to fall apart. So that's why I do tons of twists and turns with my ribbon that with my floral wire that I got from Michaels during clearance for Christmas. See, like, that's the time to stock up whenever the seasons change. And even though they've gotten better, now they have seasons, they have floral wire during the different seasons. Like for Halloween, you can find the black ones, stock up. They have orange ones, stock up. That's what I do. That's what I do. Because Christmas time, usually you find the reds, the gold, now you have the rose golds. Okay, see how then you kind of brought it a little bit back to life? Okay, so now I use another wire to attach it. So I could use another piece of this, and I'm going to attach it to a pin that was here that disappeared. Did I pull it out? Yes, I pulled it out. See this guy right here? It was just a metal pin. I'm just going to hook it up here. I would not do this for a customer. If this was going to a customer, this would be secure to the point that it won't fall apart for ages. But I'm just adding it like that because I want it to pop out. If I were to add it by itself, it's going to fall in and you're not going to see it. We need it to pop. So I add it. See that? And then we fluff it up. And I'm not going to go crazy fluffing it right now, because at the end, after the florals are all added, is when you really bring it to life. But you see how adding the bow already changed it? Ribbon is amazing. I love ribbon. Okay, so now that that's done, let's finish adding these, and then we're going to add the pink other accent that I wanted to add. Have a good night. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, so sweet. Such a kind person. Okay, so see that? Now we have 1, 2, 3. Where could we add the other one? We have a space here. And remember, no, forgot I needed to add these. When it's your own design, or I'm sorry, with any design, if you're unsure of what's missing, if it has a hole in it, if something just doesn't feel right, take a photo. Take a photo, walk away, and then look at the photo, and you'd be surprised how many things, even if you're standing in front of the item, when you take that photo and look down at your or let's say your phone, you will notice so many, any little hole, any little deficiency, whatever it may have, you'll see it in the photo. Meanwhile, you don't see it with your bare eye. I have no idea what the phenomenon is called, but it's true. Take out your camera, take a photo. All right. So we have that one there. We need one over here. How many more do I have? Oh, I still have 3 more. I have 4 more. Never mind. I thought I didn't have so many. Oh, a lot more than I thought. Okay. This is good. So this is my, whoever's just joining and has never seen this, I always, or if you just joined us, every other season, let's say, I update my tobacco basket. I'm hoping that this Christmas, if I don't go with my paper cutout Christmas theme, I might use a tobacco basket for Christmas this year. Let's see what we do. Because I've never used a tobacco basket for Christmas, so it'll be fun to do. But so far, I've used a tobacco basket for a few seasons, except for fall. Every year for fall, I use it. I've used it for spring a few times. Last year I used it for summer with the beach theme. I want to use these two. Not for now. Okay. Oh, these three. All right, I'm going to put them away. Now, what I wanted to use, because remember, this design has pink in it, those flowers. If you look at them closely, they have pink. So I wanted to pop out a little bit more. I have these from Hobby Lobby. If you know another item that if you know the name, please feel free. I don't know the exact name. But it's not a Pampas. It's not a Stilby. I don't think it is. But I'm only going to cut one. And see what we get. Should have taken it before. Oh, I do have before pictures. Okay, so we just cut this into... No, I'm going to keep this one on. Okay. So we have 1, 2, and that's what I didn't do with the last one. I didn't count. I always count. I always count my pieces before I get started, so that way I know what to work with. So, because I'm a little rusty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have 7 pieces. The bigger one I'll put here. Remember, it's your design. It doesn't have to be exactly the way I want it. If you wanted to add a darker blue or you wanted to add green to it, go for it. Go for it. Now, will my husband like this? I don't know. I honestly don't know. He actually cares about what I decorate with. So, let's see what he says. But this makes me want to put like Easter eggs in this. And Easter is next week. So, knowing myself, if this feels too springy, I'm going to change it. I'll be back in 2 weeks to change it again. Or I'll change it back to farmhouse. Because you can't go wrong with farmhouse. But you see that? See how it's changing it already? The little pops of pink. The pink is making this pop out. See that? It complements it. We have a big gap there. Don't like that. We could fill it in with filler. I don't want to use this guy because then it'll be too much pink. It'll have a whole line of pink there, and that's too distracting. This guy goes down over here, but it's too short. But I could attach it somehow. Technically goes there. You kind of see it. The reason why I don't mind putting it there is because this is gonna go above my fireplace, so you're gonna have to kind of look up to see it. So you will be able to see it. Also think of that when you're working on your own decor, where exactly is it going to be? If it's going to be in a place where you're going to walk from this side, let's say, and you see this, do you really want a hole here? For me, my hole I don't want in the bottom, because if I look up, I'm going to see it. Up here, I really don't care about holes too much behind it. But down here, it really does matter, because depending on, that's where it's going to get the most views from. But, okay, so we have that. Now we're going to use the other fillers. So I'm going to go back to these purple ones that I had before. Remember I said I had these last 10? The first design that I had with them. So these are going to give it more volume. These were just in a bin. Big mess. Okay, so now I add these. And these will finally give it that extra bit of pop. The last bit of dimension. And it adds a little bit more purple. And the purple ties in the pink and the blue. So yeah, this has more of an Easter feel. I know that. It's supposed to be spring. But I went with Easter. Didn't want to go with Easter, I'm not going to lie. But it's okay. It's okay. This is what I felt when I came down here to put it together. This was my inspiration. This guy needs to get cut. So remember, and I keep saying this, remember, this stuff was already used before. I keep my items, I do not make them permanent, and I change them as I go along. This was in my personal stash. This was in the original design that had these. These keep getting reused. These have always stayed with the design. It had green hydrangeas, and that's it. And these, that's all it was. Didn't even have a bow. Remember to step back. When you don't see the hole, step back. Take a picture or step back. When you're working on something so closely, you miss everything. Well, you could miss a lot of things when you're so close to it. So it's good to step away. Step away, step back so you could see anything that may be missing. I really want to put an egg in this. This feels so Easter. Because of the pink and the purple. And the plaid. It feels like super duper Easter. But it's okay. This guy came apart. Not too shabby if it came apart after how many years. Look, we got it. Where else should I put one? And tomorrow when the light is better, I'll take a photo and I'll post it so you can see what it looked like. But do you see what I did? All I changed, I mean, I did make a few changes. I reused these, which I had from a few years ago. The only new things that I added was this ribbon. I changed the ribbon. I changed the bow. I already had this blue one, the cobalt blue I already had. I added the plaid and I added the purple. But I already had the cobalt blue and I had the beige. And then I added these flowers. The flowers and this filler, the pink filler, was new. But I already had these from one of the times I had already used it. So yeah, I do have to keep these in my storage, but it's easier than having a whole new thing to make. Sorry, it's getting a little bit sloppy here. But once you're finished with your design, then you come back and you start moving things around, picking things up, moving your bow, fluffing it up, working on your tail. This guy fell out. This guy doesn't want to be there. It's okay. It's too short. I think that's what it is. It's too short. I think I'm happy with it. I think we need one more of these freesia things up here. If that's what you call it. No, it's not freesia. One more of these. I'll add it right on top. And it needs one more over here. And these might be retired after this because they're falling apart. I've used them a lot. Or figure out what else to do with them. Now, I like to make matching items. So I'm actually happy that I have a few extra here. Because now I'm like, well, we need a matching lantern swag. I put lantern swags out in the front of my driveway. So this with the ribbons and a few of those flowers will make a pretty lantern swag to go with it. I just need to make a matching wreath too then. So this will go right over here. So it's like a wild spring. I like it. I like it. I like it. Does it need more pink? Let me know what you think if it needs more pink. Maybe the bow needed more pink, but I don't want to go crazy because I feel like it's not going to last forever. If you feel like it has too many tails, cut them. It's okay. You can cut the tails. You can hide them. Hide them behind it. If you don't want to cut them, just hide it. Because remember, I keep saying it, I reuse my items. Maybe I don't want to cut the tails. Maybe I just want to hide it. But, whoopsie. I am satisfied. It's a little bit crazy. It looks more natural, which is super, super duper in right now. That natural look. You have all the moss coming off of the foam, and that's okay. Did that go there? Should it go there is a question. No, it should not. It should go here. But you see that? How long have I been here? I don't even know. 40 minutes. Okay, so in 40 minutes, because I talk a lot, we took a design that was already there and we updated it with materials that I already had. Use a few new ones, use a few new items, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was something that I already had. Look, I already have my hanger on here. The foam is already attached to it. I keep using, the only time that I change the foam is if I was going to change the base to a different season, which is like the fall one. But see, nothing crazy. Let me get this out of here so you can see. Let's get the steel pick, get the mess out so you could see it a little bit better. But if you have any questions or if you have any ideas for the next one, I haven't done patriotic either for this design. I've not done patriotic. That would be interesting to see. Okay, that's a little bit more decent. Okay. So here you go. Now what could we do here? Could we pull out, like what I said, we could have added a little bit more pink there. You could add some pink sprigs to here, to the bow, to make it stand up and match it a little bit more if you wanted to. Or you could have added pink to the bow, but it does have little lines of pink in the plaid, so to me that was enough. That was enough. I didn't want it to be overwhelmingly pink. I needed to go a little bit more with like our home decor. Now, I am also going to use whatever like I said, whatever was left over from the design, I'm going to use it most likely to make a Blanchard swag, or just to spread it, extend the design out to the mantle. Excuse me, I'm not going to make a garland, but you could use these little pieces and just add them on the mantle. Use greenery and just lay it on the mantle, and it ties everything, it ties this into the design. But see that? It's a wildflower look. Spring, pretty. If you wanted to throw some eggs in there, go for it. Throw in a little Easter bunny, why not? Actually, do I have an Easter bunny? Here, let me show you something. Here I go. Here I go. I think I have a... Sorry, I'm going to show you my hidden stash back here. Do I have one? No, I don't have one here. No. Oh man, I thought I had a... No. I have Easter wreaths laid out there. But see, eggs. Why not pop in a few eggs? See how it pops out. If you had a little nest. Sorry, my hair just got crazy because I went back there. Make a little nest. Have a little nest pop out right there. Have a bunny. I was looking for a bunny because I thought I had bunnies right there. Have a bunny right here or right there. Do you see how you could just add eggs right here? See how it just changed it? So all these little details make a big, 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 big difference. Hello, Kathy. Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And now I just caught you right. You just caught me right at the end. I'm wrapping up. So I'm just showing you the final little different points that you could do to enhance it, to elaborate on the design, whatever it is that you exactly wanted to, whatever it is that you wanted to do to add to it, to make it more of your own. So in this case, because I said it is an Easter design, more of a wildflower design, And it turned out to be more Easter than springy, because I wanted it to be spring, not as much Easter. But for me, once I added the pink to it, I was like, ah. But so I went back here into my stash that I had back here. I actually have some wreaths laid out, and I found this. And if I added these, I was looking for a nest. So that's what I was saying. You can add eggs to it. Look at that. If I add eggs to it, it's perfect for Easter. And then once Easter passes, take out the eggs. It's spring. It's spring again, right? Or add a nest to it. You know which nest I'm talking about. Have like little nests with eggs. I thought I had one back here. It's definitely in the box back there, but you see, I could add a nest to it, add eggs to it, add a bunny, all that good stuff. So, but that's it. That's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't have. Sorry, I'm about to like lose my voice because I talk a lot. Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kathy. Thank you. So, so for anyone, like I said, that caught the end of it, what we did was work on a tobacco basket, which was a beach design from last year. I always update my tobacco basket because I don't have space to be saving these, and I just don't. Just became a habit because it's just, you know, you don't want to keep, you don't want to save or have to store 20 of these. So every year, or every 2 times a year or so, I change whatever I had on here, and I reuse a lot of the items that were on here. I was able to just take 2 or 3 different florals, kept all the greenery that was already on there, kept the hydrangeas that were on there, and just changed a little bit the bow that was on there, I added a couple of ribbons to it, and just made it for spring now. It was for beach for last year, now it's for spring. So that's it. And here's the design. I'm going to keep the little eggs in there for now so you can see it. See how the eggs changed it? We can add even more eggs to that. See? Now I want to add eggs to it for spring. See? There it is. There it is. All reused stuff from my stash, guys. From my personal stash. My personal stash. So that's it. That's what we did. That's what we did today. So thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you'll see, if you go back, you'll see I have more videos of that. I just reused it. So you'll see me back here using this one again. Maybe we'll do it for Halloween. I don't know. I haven't done Halloween. So I'm trying to do a different thing every single time that I do. So, but thank you. I am so happy to be back. Marianne, if you're still here, thank you. Whoever's still here, thank you. Because I know it's been a while since I've been here. I used to be on here twice a week, and then life happened. Kids are growing up and they need me more. So, but thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, just please write them in the comments. I'll come back and I'll answer them for you. If you're watching the replay, #replay. And if you know, I do have a website at minecraftstudio.com. But most of the videos are on here. The videos are on here. So if you go on Facebook, if you go onto videos, you'll see dozens of videos. I was consistent for a long time until a few months ago, but I'm back and I'm happy to be here. So thank you so much. I hope you have a nice spring, and it's still that crazy spring, fallish, crazy winter weather that we have, right? But it's getting better. So thank you. Enjoy your days. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.